right, so here he is, the #1 middleweight contender. He made himself undeniable, and tonight he gets a title shot. We shall see what he can do with it.
Yeah, he made himself undeniable. You know, nothing is ever guaranteed. Sometimes you got to do more. He just kept his head down. He kept working whoever they put in front of him. He beat them, and ultimately he finds himself on the verge of a championship. The preparation has been thorough. The preparation has been very intense, and he feels like they have done everything necessary to become the champ tonight.
Now, most people would argue right now the UFC's 185-pound division has never been stronger, and a lot of people believe that this man is going to alter history by wresting the title away tonight. We shall see. Well, South Africa is on the World Mixed Martial Arts map, largely courtesy of the elite middleweight Dricus du Plessis. And he got a lot of respect from his peers after beating Robert Whittaker at UFC 290. You had to look far and wide for any of his fellow fighters to be picking du Plessis going into that fight. And not only did he beat Whittaker, he bludgeoned him and got him out of there by TKO in round 2. That laid the foundation for a title fight for Dricus du Plessis. This man is a physical force, hardened by his upbringing in South Africa. Excited to see what he can do with the opportunity tonight, DC. All right, with that, both fighters have now graced the octagon. They will lock the door behind them, ready to go with a crazy fight here at T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada. All right, now our tale of the tape for this middleweight championship fight. All right, now for the introductions, we go to Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time! 5 rounds for the undisputed UFC middleweight championship of the world. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, presenting the challenger, Dolidze. And now introducing the champion, fighting out of the red corner, presenting the reigning, defending, undisputed UFC middleweight champion of the world, Dricus still not du Plessis.
All right, Herb Dean, our referee for this one, just about to get underway. All right, one of the best middleweights in the world at present, Dricus du Plessis, prioritizing a fast start tonight as we get underway in round 1. Not as though he's been a fighter who historically plays with his food at times, but du Plessis doesn't want to give his opponent any window for optimism nor confidence. As such, he felt like his jab was going to lead the dance, and eventually his right hand would close the show. That strike blocked by Dolidze. The kick is there to the body. And that one certainly found the target. Oh, and he lands another combination here, really starting to get into a striking groove.
I mean, it's stringing them together so effectively, never throwing the same attack more than once. What a job to recognize all the openings in his opponent's defenses.
Now mixing one into the body.
That jab is fast. Look at that jab.
Oh, effective strike from the clinch there.
Oh, he jumped guillotine right away.
That guillotine is tight. Oh, somehow, some way he got out.
These guys are back and forth with the submission defense wins this transition.
Both fighters get up now. All right, he closes the distance, gets the single collar tie.
Look at him attacking that guillotine.
Now some separation. right, so a good job by him here. He continues to block these shots. Seems to see them coming a mile away.
He sees them coming a mile away, and he's blocking, he's rolling, he's slipping. He's doing a great job.
Oh, nice left hook. Under 2 minutes in round one. Champ, look at that redness underneath his elbow. A lot of those strikes to the body starting to pile up.
Getting beat up and being smart enough to not be... Guillotine jump!
He's out. Nice movement to avoid some of those strikes from the top.
Look at him, he's setting up the choke now. Look at that, he's setting it up.
Ooh, arm triangle's in tight.
It's getting in very tight.
How did he get out again?
I have no idea how this guy had not tackled him.
And just inches away from landing one of those big right hands. There's that body shot. Boy.
Oh, he hurt him again.
Now some uppercuts.
He better move, John. He cannot take these uppercuts from this position.
Waning seconds here of this opening round. 5 minutes in the books.
Stop.
All right, so there's the horn signifying the end of what was a great round, DC. Got to talk about that knockdown.
What a fantastic round. He was able to set up a great shot, got the knockdown. You have to be feeling good as he walks back to the corner.
All right, so there is the horn. At times in that previous round, I didn't think we'd get here after that head kick nearly had him out of there.
It was a good round leading up to that, but when you take a head kick like that, when your opponent gets your entire body into that kick, usually the night's over. Very tough to still be standing, but he can't take many more like that.
You ready? Good.
All right, round two. So he's really starting to put together some significant body shots here. These are going to take their toll as this fight goes on. Left-right combo is good. Oh, continuing to attack the head as that diving punch lands. Oh, that's getting in deep now.
That's real deep, John. He's got to be careful. Getting him on here. Look at that. Recognize he was about to lose position.
Honest fighter better move.
Yeah, he's got to move, John. He's got to shrimp and try to either get up or pull his opponent back into him so he doesn't have the posture to land that big damage.
All right, he's very comfortable fighting off his back, DC. Now looks like he's trying to hip escape.
Yeah, he's trying to hip escape or maybe look for a Kimura here.
Making all these shots count. Dolidze's right back to the full mount here. Just over 3 minutes to go.
Oh, nice elbow.
Oh, he's got his back.
He hasn't moved on the bottom, and now he's starting to swell after he takes another ground and pound strike. Big ground and pound.
Pretty good work with the ground and pound here by Dolidze.
Another strike gets through from the top position.
Dolidze's got the full mount.
That was nice. He should be trying to get back to his feet.
Man, isn't it fun to watch this dude work on the mat?
He's unbelievable how fluid he is in his motions on the mat.
All right, he's got the hooks in, DC, working off of his back.
Now look for him to attack the neck of his opponent to try to get the rear choke.
Dolidze's back in full mount. Making all these shots count. If you're the bottom fighter, DC, what do?
You got to move, you got to shrimp, you got to get up on a hip to try to move your opponent off of you or pull him down to close the space. In the half guard.
Now inside the closed guard.
And he's going to try to find ways to pass and move to a submission. There it is, now he's going to mount.
Lands another strike upstairs, and for his opponent. That is certainly not going to help matters when it comes to the swelling.
He can't miss, Jay. And when you saw the swelling initially, you knew that he needed to change something. He still has not changed that. And while it's getting worse, it's still not at a point where we should panic. But a few more, and he's going to find himself in a dire situation.
All right, round 3 coming up next. Heading back to the corner now after that round. Du Plessis' corner has some work to do. They're going to take a look at that lip. Hopefully the cut man can do his thing and just make sure that it doesn't continue to bleed and provide further adversity for him in this fight. All right, let's check out some of the action, DC, and how about the punching acumen by that fighter in that previous round?
He does not waste anything. He does not loop punches. Everything's tight. Everything's precise. He's a sniper. We always talk about how he's a sniper. He is a sniper. And it showed in that exchange that allowed him to drop his opponent.
You ready to fight? Ready. Good.
Round 3 of a possible 5. Well done to catch the kick. We'll see what he can do with it. Well, mixing it up beautifully tonight. Now he touches him with the left. Nice crack there. Oh, he lands another strike to the body here. Really starting to connect on a lot of strikes to the midsection here in the latter stages of this fight. Well, the most significant stat in this fight has been body strikes.
Oh, nice. He's hurting.
Nice jab there by Dolidze. Well, he landed a big knockout in the previous round, and you can just tell his confidence is growing from here.
His confidence is through the roof, as it should be. He's doing a great job right now of landing strikes. He just now has to find the one that's going to end the night.
Big power shot there. All right, so an opportunity goes by the boards. He had him stunned, nearly finished, and now his opponent has recovered.
His opponent's recovered. Now he's got to go deal with everything that he's going to bring at him. He should have got the fight finished at that time. He passes to half.
We have crossed the midpoint of this fight. Drops down inside the now closed guard of his opponent.
Let's see how patient he is as he attacks a submission or big ground and pound.
All right, working inside his opponent's guard here.
You cannot sit in these jiu-jitsu guys. Now he's looking arm triangle on the opposite side. When he goes to finish, look, he's got it locked. When he goes to finish, he has to pass.
Oh, looks tight to me. Oh, submission defense on full display there.
He said that he was very aware of what this guy brought to the octagon and it showed in that defense.
Well, this is exactly the sense of urgency you're looking for. Try to take the judges out of it. He is lighting them up now. Back and forth we go. 1 minute to go in the round. Lands to the body there. Well, we'll see if he can turn this defense into offense, but he's doing a great job blocking shots here tonight.
As of right now, he's got to try to finish here. He's going to guillotine. That guillotine choke is getting very close. He's got to lock the guard, though, if he wants to finish.
Oh, he got out. That's 3 rounds. We're now headed to the championship rounds. All right, there's the horn, an appreciative crowd responding in kind. He rocked his opponent multiple times there in that round, looked very confident in doing so. They might even bring in the RP here.
I mean, it was relaxation at its finest, just so relaxed, so comfortable in the fire, which then allowed him to land these big strikes that had his opponent buzzed on many, many occasions. But he cannot get desperate. Don't go crazy trying to finish the fight. Let it come to you.
You ready to fight? Ready.
We have arrived at the 4th round fight scheduled for 5 5-minute rounds. All right, so here we go. Oh, he's wobbled now. the body. Well, he continues to land a high number of strikes here, just like he did in the previous round. This is a world-class display of striking here tonight. Oh, this could do it. All right, so now blood is a factor. You see that he has been opened up in that eye area.
Yeah, he's got hit in the eye, and now there's a cut. But it's nothing to worry about too much now. But he's got to be very careful with it as we go forward.
Oh, nice movement to avoid that strike coming down.
Got to be careful here.
He's having his way with him here. Under 3 minutes to go in round 4. Working out of side control here. His opponent trying to control posture, but you got to be careful here.
Oh, right in the mount.
All right, half guard position here. We'll see what he can do with it. A lot of weapons at his disposal from this dominant position.
Oh, man. I feel for a wrestler, this is the most dominant position in all of fighting because wrestlers love control.
Right.
And to have your upper body free and your leg able to hold your opponent in position, it is like striking gold. Build your posture, throw your punches, big damage, but then always control the far side underhook. This is a great position for a top fighter.
Plessis in half guard.
He's got to be careful here.
Outstanding ground and pound here. Somewhat of a lost art in MMA, at least in terms of making sure that every strike counts. Not an issue for him.
He's making every single one of them count. He is not pity-patting. He's not touching. Every punch that lands, he wants you to feel it.
Might be a submission attempt here, champ.
I mean, you cannot sit in a full guard. When you sit in the full guard, you give these guys so many opportunities.
Well, the ground and pound has been on point tonight. Good work here by Plessis.
Oh, slick reversal right there.
Right back.
Dolidze's right back to the full mount. Going for a submission. Ooh, looks like it might be locked in.
Once he gets you going, he's got so many ways to finish arm bars.
Gonna try to take his opponents back here, and he does. 20 minutes in the can, 5 to go. All right, there's the horn, and what a round, champ. We got to talk about the knockdown. When you knock somebody down like that, it got to be kind of fun to strut your way back to the stool.
I mean, you are 10 foot tall. When you can drop another person with a strike, you are 10 foot tall. Now, the issue is he did not find the finish, and he used a lot of energy trying to finish that fight.
All right, so a big knockdown for him, courtesy of that punch in that round. DC, here's your replay.
Big moment in the previous round. They were both fighting very well, but when he landed this punch right here that sits his opponent down, it showed that the power is not equal, and if he can land, he does have the ability to damage him.
You ready to fight? Ready.
Fifth and final round.
Nice punch lands over the top.
Ooh, diving punch lands.
He cannot sit in this position. Referee will have no choice but to stop the fight.
All right, let's get you some replays now. Certainly a lot for our replay guys to work with in the truck. This was a clinic tonight in terms of mixed martial arts acumen in every realm of the game.
And once he got to the top, he started to land brutal ground and pound until the fight was called off. Just a dominant performance from the top position.
Bruce Buffer now with the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean has called a stop to this contest at 15 seconds of round number 5. Declaring the winner by knockout and new UFC middleweight champion of the world, Dolidze!
Well, we are still digesting this result tonight. I barely got a voice, but we do have a new UFC middleweight champion of the world.
I mean, the roof came off of this place when this guy got